soft spoken, very cool, but a sharp eyes on whatever you do. Can you please share with your perspective of your life that how you maintain that cool and being a sharpest of the investor, what I've seen is in.
Thank you for those kind words, Maheshi. Um, it has been a privilege to have known you as well. Like you've seen me, I have seen you and have learnt a lot from all the things that you have been doing. My perspective in life is pretty simple. Uh, I call it my formula for my wisdom, which is awareness and equanimity. If you don't have awareness and if you have equanimity, it means ignorance is bliss. If you have awareness but don't have equanimity, then you will have a life full of mental ups and downs. So, combining awareness and equanimity um, is something that I strive for. I'm not sure that I've reached there, but that is something that I strive for.
So there is a saying that when you are around personalities who are very, very strong, and having been a force behind the strong Rakesh Junjunwala's culture system, where he's larger than the life, and what we see and what we see from outside or inside, that he has been like a force behind, like a Chanakya, which is seen less, but the result comes outside in different manner. So how have you been able to maintain that difficult position of being effective in what you do and still having managed to retain your identity of is your own and getting the best of the both world?
So, you mentioned that I have been the force behind Rakeshji, or Bhaiya as we call him. It's actually the other way around. He has been the force behind me. And I'm actually blessed to have had, I would say, world class mentors, not just Rakeshji, but also when I was at Inam before that, Nemish Bhai and Vallabh Bhai. And before that, my father and Asit Kuticha at ASK. So I've been blessed to have world class mentors. And um, they have been the force behind me. I am not in search of an identity for myself. I am happy of having no identity whatsoever. So,
That's the reason I use the word Chanakya, which is not seen, but people know that, oh, where it is coming from.
no, no. But I love what I do and I do what I love. In that process, I believe it's a journey of learning, and I hope I can continue learning all my life.
That's great. So when we've been a part of Rakesh, though yes, you had a very good, glorious career in Enam and then with Rakesh Shivala, we call it Rare, market call it Rare, but this both together, right? So having been there long and still having been very instrumental, or rather the pillar behind the development of the company trust group, to be the side of our better half Nipa, who is also a good friend of mine, how have you been able to manage the two things together without having to impact anyone in the market?
So, as I told you, I've been blessed to have world class mentors. Likewise, I've been blessed to have world class partners. So, I always tell people that I have two partners and two bosses. One was Rakesh ji, second is my better half, Nipa. And in this journey of building trust group, apart from Nipa and me, Rakesh ji also had a huge role to play. in its darkest days, Rakesh would provide us overnight working capital without any security.
That's
And
a real trust.
true. And that helped us lay the foundation for trust to keep growing. So, first of all, and very few people know this, but I want to acknowledge that Rakesh played a vital role. More importantly, Rakesh was also a friend, philosopher, and guide. And whenever Nipa and I would have any major decision to make, we would run it past Rakesh. He taught me about life, about markets, about people, and so on. Coming to Trust Group, I think I don't see it as building a business. I see it as building an institution. In the previous panel, we were talking about separation of ownership and management. Nipa and I have worked towards doing that. Today, Trust is a 400 plus member team across India. And hopefully, we are laying the foundations for an institution. It has been a fantastic journey so far of having built something that we are proud of in our own way. We are not in a race of either market cap or rankings or AUM or anything. We are in a race to do our best and to build a culture and a team that can keep delivering consistently.
I can relate with you because exactly the same way we think as Singhi last 36 years. And when we talk to our team, we always say that I think there should not be any comparison of what you are versus the other. Your only comparison should be what you were yesterday and what is that you are today. If you are today is better than yesterday, the rest of the world doesn't matter. So I think we share the same philosophy and the trust between us.
Well said.
Now coming to point, and they always are saying that in the long term, hold on, have patience. A long term, all equity will generate returns substantially higher than short term. That means holding versus churning. But when you take an investment call, you are not sure how long to hold and with to money, right? So how do you manage that conflicted position of making money now and making money for next 10, 20 years time, very long term period of time?
Um, Einstein said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Those who understand that benefit from it. Those who don't understand that never realize what they have missed out on. In holding for the long term, that compounding becomes parabolic at some point of time. You have to be able to hold on till it becomes parabolic. Having said that, I disagree with the concept of saying that buy and never sell. But both these concepts are actually opposing in nature, right? And the definition of a genius is the ability to hold two opposing ideas in your mind at the same time. It is imperative to hold those two different ideas because there are two different kinds of companies which are listed. What are those two different kinds of companies? I call them gorillas and monkeys. Why that analogy? Both gorillas and monkeys are from the same family, which is the ape family. However, you will find that gorillas are rare as compared to monkeys. There might be 5,000 monkeys in a jungle, but there won't be 5 gorillas in a jungle. And gorillas are not present in all the jungles, but monkeys are present in most of the jungles. Second, gorillas are outsized They are dominant. There is no comparison in the size between a gorilla and a monkey. So the scalability of a gorilla, the resilience of a gorilla is totally different. Third, gorillas and monkeys, you will never find them together. The monkeys keep their distance away from the gorillas. And why is that? Because there is a moat between the monkeys and the gorillas, which the monkeys are afraid of crossing. And which is the characteristic of gorilla companies, that they keep widening their distance from the others. Last and most important is that the average lifespan of a gorilla is double the average lifespan of a monkey, which is longevity. I look for such gorilla companies, and holding such gorilla companies in the long run, 10, 20, 30 years, gives you parabolic outcomes because of the power of compounding. If you do the same with monkey companies, then there is a problem. Because they don't have the scalability, they don't have the resilience, they don't have the adaptability, they don't have the institutionalization, they don't have the longevity. So, the debate should not be about holding versus churning. The debate should be
What to hold?
hold on to the gorillas,
Yeah.
churn the monkeys.
Churn the monkeys.
I'm sorry, that was a long answer to a short question.
But I think what you say is exactly what we believe our group companies, our Singhi's identity is eagle. And eagle and cheel or the vulture looks similar, but there's a huge difference between when it comes to eagle, which is Garud, versus cheel or why so? Because eagle or the Garud is the one which is always respected because they believe in what they do on their own capabilities. They are above the problem. And they never eat others' food, they create their own food. That is, they're more confident. So the differentiation between an eagle and a cheel is exactly where the differentiation in the world will take place. So that's the reason actually there's so much trust between what you think and what we think, and that's the reason we thought we should preserve the best discussion for the last.
Thank you.
Right.